Almost 20 years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that New London, Connecticut could use eminent domain to take the well-loved homes in the Fort Trumbull neighborhood, including Suzette Kelo's iconic Little Pink House. The decision shocked the nation, but at IJ, we never give up. We went state by state, reforming eminent domain laws, and we brought case after case under state constitutions to better protect property owners. Eminent domain abuse was sharply curtailed throughout the nation because of that work, but we never gave up on our ultimate goal, which was to get Kelo overturned. Now we have that opportunity. New York was one of a handful of states that refused to reform its eminent domain laws. Which brings us to Utica, New York, where Bryan Bowers and his business partner Mike were trying to provide new doctor's offices.
When we had heard the announcement for the new hospital in downtown Utica, we were extremely excited. We had been contacted by several different medical groups who expressed an interest in having space adjacent to the hospital, and as a local developer, we were happy to facilitate that for them.
We made a purchase offer on the property, and during negotiation, when the hospital attempted to interfere with the contract and buy the property from the owner at that time, we started to wonder why that was. And so we knew something was afoot.
It turns out another business didn't want competition.
Central New York cardiology is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, moneymaker for the hospital system. Our project coming in next door created a level of competition for them relative to tenants actually coming in the building.
Our property was taken through eminent domain by Oneida County Industrial Development Agency, and they gave it to the doctors who own the property next door for parking.
The development agency said the parking lot could create improved job opportunities. And following Kelo, New York courts rubber-stamped the taking of the property.
I don't know how anybody in good conscience can think that a parking lot creates job opportunities.
The neighboring office building does not lack for parking. There are over 2,000 spaces within walking distance of that building.
The Fifth Amendment says that eminent domain should only be used for public use. But in Kelo, the court determined that anything the government could claim would increase tax revenue was a public use, or what the court referred to as a public purpose. That means eminent domain, at least under the federal Constitution, has no real limits.
This hospital and these doctors are preventing additional medical services to the public from coming down to the campus, based solely on their own profit. That's not what they're supposed to be doing.
The taking of private property to give from one developer to another developer is completely wrong. It's unjust and unconstitutional.
Not only is eminent domain abuse wrong under a proper understanding of the Constitution, it doesn't even benefit communities. Today, most of the Fort Trumbull area in New London is vacant, with project after project falling through. It's the living embodiment of what happens when you prioritize government planners over property owners. IJ knows that respecting the right to private property is essential to a free, just, and prosperous society. A person's property should be their castle. When the Kelo decision was handed down, we said that it would not be the last word. We've kept that promise, and now we're giving today's court the chance to correct one of its biggest mistakes. Learn more at ij.org.